Okay, so today's flight we'll be doing an assessment flight on Jack. So when we start a recreational aviation instructor course, we like to do an assessment flight on the candidate student. Now the reason we do this is often someone will meet the minimum hourly requirements for the course, but their standard isn't quite up to the standard we want to see when we actually start the course. So what we can do is we do the assessment flight, we see where they're sitting. That might mean they just need 2 or 3 hours of bit of dual flying to get them up to standard, or they might need to go and do some command time by themselves to bring them up to standard before they start the course.
I want to become a flight instructor because I enjoy flying and I want to share it with other people that also want to learn. Also, RAA Oz is a booming industry at the moment, so I thought, yeah, it's a good time to get involved.
The other thing we do at the same time as the assessment flight is we introduce them to the right-hand seat, which obviously as an instructor, you'll be flying on the right-hand seat. It's quite, I find it quite amusing that a lot of pilots come into their instructor course thinking, oh, this will be easy. Most of the candidates have around 200 plus hours when they start their instructor course, so they've been used to flying for 200 hours on the left-hand seat, and their brain is used to what looks straight as they land on the left-hand side. Because most training aircraft are 2 seats side by side, we're not sitting behind the prop, so we're actually offset to the left or right of the center line of the center of the aircraft. Your brain compensates what straight is over time and learns what straight is. So when you go from the left-hand seat to right-hand seat, you've got to unlearn what you've learned from the left-hand seat and relearn it for the right-hand seat. So yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see how Jack goes today in his flight. So yeah, Jack went really well. He hasn't flown a recreational aircraft for a while, so he just completed his CPL training a few weeks ago. He was flying the sling to build up his command time for his CPL training, but he hasn't actually flown the sling for about 3 or 4 months. So it was a bit of a refresher, assessment, and obviously right-hand seat introduction for his instructor course. Overall, his airmanship's very good. We looked at some stalls, steep turns, a practice force landing, and just his general airmanship as well. Then we looked at some circuit work, and like I assumed, he was thrown out a bit by trying to land straight, sitting on the right hand side. It was quite funny. You could hear his brain going, Damien's, that can't be straight. And I kept saying, more left, more left, more left, more left. And you could see his brain fighting me, saying, no, that's not straight. Towards the end, he finally got it. Okay, this is what straight looks like.
Romeo Uniform Charlie Zulu with Tango, correct.
Take your time, so more left rudder, keep your wings level. More left rudder, that's straight. More left, bit more left, bit more left, bit more left, bit more left. Bit more left, that's it, good. Go for it. You've got a bit of crosswind as well, it's making things matters a little bit worse for you, but yeah, I can see your brain fighting me. He's lying to me. Yeah, that's right. You know it right when you land, you can feel it. Yeah, we are that. Yeah.
Climbing to 2,500 feet, Caboolture.
Landing and the approach from the right-hand seat was, a little different than I thought it was going to be, but yeah, it felt okay by the end of it.
But the other challenges of instructor courses are, and we discussed this in the flight, is for the last 200 hours he's been flying, towards his commercial, but hasn't been verbalising what he's been doing. So he's almost, for instance, levelling off after a climb. You just level off automatically. You're not really thinking about it around the sort of hours that he's done. So we've got to sort of take a step back now and sort of break every sequence up and talk about what we're doing. And that takes a little bit of retraining and also to lift the standard so it's accurate while you're talking about the process at the same time.
Landing on the non-active side.
That way.
Back into drawing across one to
clear left, clear centre, clear right. Good. Straight ahead. You'll get in the habit. Yeah.
Australian Fox 88, 28, turn face runway 12, Caboolture.
Now, I really love doing instructor courses. It's great to see students come in green and apprehensive and getting them into a stage where they can then go and share the love of flying with other students. So yeah, looking forward to the course.
I'm looking forward to completing the RAA Oz instructor course so I can share my love of flying.
If you would like to see more aviation videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to watch some of our online lessons, visit gofly.online. If you would like to learn to fly, visit www.goflyaviation.com.au.